Okay, I know that yesterday I said that I try to pause and take time and reflect and process before I respond to something so that I am not responding in the heat of the moment when my emotions are very high and I might say something that I regret. But I do not fucking care. Today, I am going to have an emotional reaction, immediate reaction, because I think it is entirely appropriate. Andrew motherfucking Tate, the man who has been charged with sexual assault, who is a human trafficker. This vilest and most despicable of men and his simpering, revolting brother have been released from Romania, allowed to come back into the United States of America. And even though there are ongoing rape and human trafficking cases against them, how the hell was this allowed to happen? Oh, the Romanian Directorate for Investigating Organized Crime and Terrorism got a request to modify the obligation preventing the defendants from leaving Romania. But they don't say who made that request. And I know folks are speculating everywhere that it was Donald Trump, especially because these guys have been released back to Florida, where Mar-a-Lago is. Now, I know that amazingly, I actually agree with Ron DeSantis on something. He doesn't want these assholes back in the state of Florida. But let's make it really clear. I have made a significant amount of my content on this platform debunking human trafficking conspiracy theories that are perpetuated by the right, by Republicans, by MAGAs, that are used to uphold white supremacy and keep women in particular, mothers in particular, fearful of folks in our communities that these conspiracy theories perpetuate real active harm. And meanwhile, while all of these conservative women are afraid of the black man in the grocery store who's just trying to buy, like frozen peas and laundry detergent, this party, Donald fucking Trump, and this party are releasing known human traffickers back into the United States. Where are your family values? Evangelical America, is this what you voted for? I mean, the absolute rage that I feel over the hypocrisy of conservative evangelical America. Every white woman who was so fearful that she and her toddlers were about to be human trafficked out of a Target parking lot or, while returning their carts at Walmart. These folks are okay. Where is their outrage? They're silent. Where is their outrage over the release of Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan back into the United States? I mean, I understand that the point of those conspiracy theories that I've been actively debunking for the last 8 months is really about controlling women and perpetuating racism. I get that. But these folks on the surface claim that what they care about is keeping women safe, is, making sure, like, human trafficking has been something that has been at the forefront, declared a priority for conservatives, QAnon, maggots, for, years and years and years. All of this hype and concern and worry about children and women being trafficked and how we've got to protect our women, we've got to protect our children. Where is their outrage right now about this administration likely negotiating the release of Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate back into the United States? Known human traffickers, known rapists. I understand we have somebody in the White House who was found liable for sexual assault. I understand that there are multiple members of this administration, of this regime, that have sexually assaulted women, have credible allegations against them. I understand that the party of no sex before marriage and that it's one man and one woman for life, that they're okay with Elon Musk making 14 babies with many different women. I understand that the hypocrisy is always there from the right. It's always enforcing a moral code on all of us, but those at the top get to play by their own rules. That's why folks like Peter Thiel, an out gay man, are supporting policies to make gay marriage illegal. It's always these rules for thee, but not for me, right? I get to do whatever I want. It's always the Republican congressmen who are pro-life, who are getting the abortions for their mistresses, where nobody can see what's going on. I guess I just wonder for evangelical America, for all of those good Christian Trump supporters, those women with the 4 crosses in their TikTok bio and the Jesus is my king in their TikTok bio. When is it a bridge too far for y'all? When is it suddenly in violation of your ethics and your morals, in violation of your Bible? When is it too much for you? Where is the line? I understand y'all obliterated that line a long time ago when a candidate for president said that he liked to grab women by the kitty cat, right? Like, I understand that you don't actually have any ethics, or you don't expect them in your leaders. And I understand, I've read Jesus and John Wayne. I understand that the psychology that is there says that we can use men who are ruthless and don't have to play by the rules and don't have to adhere to a moral code. We see that the ends justify the means, that these men, they're kind of above reproach. They can do whatever they want. But Andrew Tate is not your king. He's not your ruler. He's not your strong man. So why are you not outraged about what this regime has done? Why are you not outraged about the women, the innocent women who have been trafficked and sexually assaulted by him and his brother? Where are you protecting women? Where are all of those conservative men up in my comments who proclaimed that these, threats of human trafficking, these false stories, these fake stories, these conspiracy theories about women being trafficked out of Target parking lots, that you were up in arms about that because you needed to keep your women safe? Where are you up in arms and outraged about Andrew Tate? The hypocrisy knows no bounds. There is no limit for y'all about how you will twist yourself into a little pretzel to justify the immorality of this regime. I should not be surprised that people who proclaim that they believe a religion that says, whatsoever you do unto the least of these, you do it to me, is fine with making sure the poorest children in America go hungry and without medical care. You're okay with cutting Meals on Wheels, loaves and fishes from our elderly, from our disabled folks, from our shut-ins. You're okay with cutting food benefits, where folks were already trying to feed themselves on $2 and change, now have to do it on $1.60. You were fine with all of that, even though Jesus separated out the goats from the sheep. And who were the goats? Who were the goats? The folks who didn't feed the poor, the folks who neglected to care for the needs of the poor and the vulnerable, the children, the orphans, the alien in your land. And yet y'all are fine with deporting immigrants and putting them in concentration camps, even though the Bible clearly said to care for the alien in your land. So of course, you are not outraged. Of course, you are keeping silent about what this regime is doing by allowing Andrew Tate and his brother to come back into the country. This is a symbol, an emblem of the immorality of everything y'all have voted for. It is absolutely emblematic of your hypocrisy. I would love a response from any maggot, from any conservative, from any person who has come into my comments on my videos about conspiracy theories and been outraged and told me that I am endangering women by sharing facts, that I am, telling y'all to be rational and to look at the ways women are really at risk from men, rather than perpetuating these hysterical conspiracy theories. Any of you who took issue with me and came into my comments, I would love for you to make a reply video, to comment, to let me know how you feel about Andrew Tate being released back into the US. And that this regime, the Donald Trump regime, is likely responsible of all of the things they could be doing to care for you and me and every American, of all of the things this administration could be doing to make America great again, to make life better for us, to ease all of the financial pressures on us. They took their time to make sure that a rapist human trafficker is returned to the States. And I understand that in the scope of all of the horrific things that this regime is doing to intentionally inflict suffering, to intentionally make sure that the functioning of the American government is no longer to serve the people, but is doing one thing, creating tax cuts for billionaires, funneling our taxpayer money directly into the pockets of billionaires at the expense of our well-being, of our safety, of our quality of life. I understand that that's what is happening now. And so Andrew Tate getting released, is maybe just a little blip, a little drip in the bucket of the tidal wave of god-awfulness. But for me, it is a symbol of the hypocrisy of the right, especially evangelical America, which overwhelmingly voted for this. Shame on each and every one of these motherfuckers. You go ahead, come on, tell me, justify these actions. I'm waiting.